might actually archive this. We'll see. If it's memorable, if it's just cringe.
Jackson sent me more shit. What the fuck?
Dude, the vote's over. Okay, there's like 3 hours. But
I saw
still.
a bunch of PPC. Fucking hell.
What, are they gonna get like 3%?
No, but I saw a bunch of people picketing on the way home.
For the PPC?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no results yet.
Alright, so, yeah, I've got the results on my screen.
Assuming they're not gonna immediately come in here.
I don't think, yeah.
The polls just closed.
Yeah.
1 minute. And here at CNN, we can make a projection that Justin Trudeau automatically wins already. But no, seriously, we're waiting for the results.
Derek predicted Liberals by a minority, sorry.
Actually, CNN predicted a majority last night.
You predicted a minority.
Something like that.
And I predicted same thing, kind of thing, a liberal minority as shit changed.
Here, okay.
Thanks to a surge in the NDP.
That's either a good or a bad thing at times.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, Liberals are going to win most of Toronto Metro and, of course, Montreal. So that's how they win.
Okay, why the fuck is there titanium white pixelated shades as a topper?
Yukon, I'm not so sure about, I'll be honest. That might go red. Now.
Looks as though BC might be blue, but we'll see.
They say, sources announced.
Oh, to be fair, you can never entirely trust polls.
According to Jackson, it's going to be 338 seats for the People's Party, so...
I'm going to see what he sent me.
What is it, more propaganda? The cringe party of Canada?
Oh, when they ask for proof of vaccination at the bar and it's just someone showing their nuts.
Okay. Alright. Anyway.
I can see where he lies. Yeah, no, the gyms have been, it's been interesting since the mandate just rolled out.
What are people getting toxic?
Pretty much.
Nice.
I had one guy pretty much was just like, I ain't paying shit because they wanted to cancel. You have a 30-day notice, right? So 2 more payments get taken out. Like, but he's like, I ain't paying. I'm being forced to not go. And I'm like, well, yes, but actually no. You're not really being forced. You just chose not to get the shot. And you gotta deal with it. That's, as a worker, I sadly have to enforce that. It's just like, sorry, you chose not to get the shot. I can't let you in. Otherwise, I get fired for that.
Well,
I still don't entirely believe in it, but it's just like...
Buddy can leave.
In like the mandates, but like... But also it's just like, when I'm an employee, I have to enforce rules. Like, it's just my job. So, I can't really do anything about that.
Let's put global up in case they're faster.
Oh, I accidentally closed it. Alright, so... Lab results are going to refresh. Nothing's happened yet, so we're still waiting.
We just don't get any results tonight at all whatsoever.
Hot take. There's going to be an independent seat winner.
What the fuck is that?
There was one last election in Granville.
That was Raybould.
Or sorry, that one. But you know what I mean. But I'm just saying there was one.
That's why. Because she grifted from the Liberals and won because everyone did slight them there.
Oh.
Enough. Just enough.
Fair enough.
And now she's gone, so that's going to go either Liberal or Conservative. Probably Liberal again.
Hey, mofo, join up.
Because people don't learn.
Waiting for, are we waiting for Marty? Is he playing with us today, or?
Aaron was harassing me, but...
Aaron is on, so, like, I mean, we could get Aaron. I'm just not sure how tilted he is from probably parading his vaccine beliefs on Facebook.
I thought he was already coerced into it. Who's this? Your shit work, he says? Should.
To be honest, sorry, I was just going to say, to be honest, I'm entirely surprised there hasn't been any drama in the Marty Lake either. It's been quiet.
Because we stopped responding, so that's how that works. I was
It's
like,
kind
yeah,
of fun sometimes, though, to just kind of watch it happen. You're just kind of like, yeah.
Not when it's all complaining every single day, so I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to respond.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Currently not buried in studying yet, so that's good news.
Why?
What?
Why is it doing this?
What happened?
The join. No, go away.
I'm confused. information, but okay. I kind of want to play with Aaron, but I know he's going to want to do rank, and I'm kind of like, bruh, this is the election, I'd kind of rather just have like a chill session, just talking about kind of what's happening, and then just fucking bullshitting. Not really into super serious Rocket League.
Goddamn thing. There we go.
Goddamn it.
So basically, there's going to be 7 ridings reporting pretty soon, if that even happens, and then 27 at 4:30. And then we got to wait until all the way till 6:30 to get Ontario, Quebec, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Alberta, all at once, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut.
So
And then
pretty much at 6:30, we're going to get pretty much who's most likely winning.
Okay,
I mean, we are streaming long enough, so we're going to get to pretty much cover most of the results, so it's not really going to matter.
Motherfucker.
It's just kind of when we get the results.
Of course, some will be over till tomorrow, because they suck.
This is the mail-in voting. Watch it turn into, like,
Shouldn't be a week long.
yeah, like fucking Nevada was that one time, like during Trump's election, or the Trump-Biden election.
That was cringe.
Where Nevada took like a week to count.
Let's show the Americans how to do it properly. Because BC's was done really well.
I would say so, yeah.
Oh, it's not fair because it's skewed. I don't care. It works.
So I'm going to currently check what the final polls are.
It's liberal some.
Well, yeah, but I'm going to see like what the difference is.
I really don't want to restart.
Race remains very close. No, really? That's crazy, dude.
The only way that the conservatives don't lose is if their base switch to more urban. So they lost some in the who-dag diddly-doo-dag diddlyvilles and gained some in the city.
You're going to have to really swing Ontario somehow. Like, find a way to make Ontario work with you, and I could argue you'd have it pretty... Or maybe Quebec, but... Because, like, I know we were talking about, like, Quebec was kind of like...
They peak
They
at
weren't
12.
really for conservative, but they, like, he's kind of the, like, least of the evils kind of approach. So it's possible that...
Oh, we got one leading, but one elected plus leading. Okay, it's just leading.
Okay, so
23 votes to 4 right now, so early results, I'm assuming. Where is this?
So currently Trudeau has 31 point... Oh, that's percentage. I want to see seats. So yeah, it's currently 155, 119. So
all right,
that's very fucking close.
We have one poll reporting.
And where's this?
In Costa Bay, Central Notre Dame.
Oh, so...
23 votes to 4.
Sounds like Quebec.
This is Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. Oh, right, because they're probably starting from the very east and making its way. So yeah, Liberal currently has 1 seat leading.
With one poll.
Wait, is
So
there a place you can check the leading? Where's the poll that, like... Oh, here it is. Wait, what? No. That's
So,
not the right one. Oh, here we are. Okay, so yeah, currently Scott Sims is leading, and Clifford Small in second. These dudes... One guy looks literally like an Andy Samberg, like, doppelganger. What the fuck?
So I think we can easily make the call now.
That Liberal...
So the Liberals are going to win a vast majority tonight.
I actually would be very pissed if they won a majority, because, like, at least...
What? Just collect that government cheddar.
At the very least, if, well, at the very least, if Liberals win by only minority, nothing changes, really. Like, it's the same shit, so it's kind of just like he wasted everybody's time. So it's... Like, I'd like to see this blow up in his face.
Oh, he's trying his best.
Okay.
Oh! Okay, I don't know if I'm going to play Rocket League tonight because,
What's going on?
it's just doing this press to join and I really don't want to restart. That's ass.
I'm sending you an invite.
No, the fucking game itself. Press to join, then it makes it a second player. Which is trash.
Hey.
See that Reeves out with a neck injury, eh?
Oh, yeah, I mean, he got shelled in his last start,
That's why he's got a fucking neck injury.
Yo, I that.
Last couple games.
Although the Jays look pretty good against the Twins otherwise, so...
Oh, no, you gotta sit that fucking guy. It's like he doesn't care.
You need him for the playoffs to, like, be in
I'm
top form.
already 8, so I'm good.
Oh, did you, babe?
Yep.
Okay. Come on, mister.
Okay. Alright.
I mean, if not, we could just do, like, Minecraft or something chill, but there are other games.
Probably something chill, but
Minecraft's pretty chill, but I mean, unless you run into fucking zombies, that shit's fucking scary when you're like new. Like when you start a new world, zombies fucking want to kick your ass.
Well, no new results coming in, folks.
So nothing currently at the moment. Yeah, nothing yet. And so yeah, it's currently a leading seed. It's not even like a sound, like it's not a completely set seed. Rocket League down, sorta.
Hold on.
You gotta uninstall then fucking reinstall it. Rocket League.
I need to
down.
restart the computer probably, but I don't feel like doing that.
Rocket League down. Rocket League throwing. Rocket League uninstalling.
Okay.
What are we playing, guys? Oh fuck. I love how just like the Rocket League music's playing in the background. It's just kind of nice.
I just like.
Wait, what's the WhatsApp? Is this Mutant? Oh, it's Mutant. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was because now I'm actually like I have to use WhatsApp for more than just my Mutant chat. It's now like my main work group chat as well.
What a save.
It's kind of cool though. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the shirt or not. We'll see, but he said he was gonna look into a reward, so I'm pretty pleased about that.
Okay.
We await on the results.
This went 13 points for the Liberals last time. The one riding that's in. Unlikely to flip.
Yeah, we shall see.
Which I would be surprised if anything flipped in.
Seems like Nova Scotia flipped to blue last time, based off of so it could be interesting to see how that plays out.
Alright, let's just review the last election results. Okay.
Kind of, well, Trudeau won a minority, obviously, but like, I wonder what the seats were.
By province. So, it was 6 and 1 in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Well, so pretty dominated, like, Eastern.
And PEI 4-0. Nova Scotia 10-1.
For red?
Yeah.
And then, although this time around it looked like they shifted to blue, so it could change.
New Brunswick 6-3 for red.
It's pretty it's close enough that could switch, but I don't know. You'd have to look at like historically, like how they vote, like kind of like not even just this election, maybe even like just in the past, like how I guess they voted regularly.
Alright, there's only 3 candidates in this riding.
I mean, to be fair, it seems like that's kind of... Seems like Green Party's not really an influential party in anywhere but BC. Like, the PPC, I don't fucking know. Like, they're probably not even going to be prevalent wherever you go, but it's just like, I'm curious.
PPC are forever a meme until they win a seat. A seat. Then they'll just be a marginal meme.
Seems like enough people like seem to be like I have a feeling that like I say hot take, another hot take, the PPC get 1 seat.
They're cringe. I'd be surprised.
And it's gonna be somewhere where like it's probably gonna be Maxime Bernier's like home front. So like wherever his is, it's gonna be that seat. So that's not really a hot take in itself, like his riding. But like, you know,
where is it?
It's kinda like Elizabeth May always won her seat when she was you know, running, so you know. It's not really entirely shocking if Maxime comes away with 1.
Mad Max. Oh, we got some more results. Now Liberals are leading in 2.
Okay, early start.
Hey, look, the Democrats have, or New Democrats have 2 votes.
Ooh.
And the PPC have 1.
The PPC. Okay, so that one is in.
I think.
Oh, so this one's a little closer. Ken McDonald's leading the way with 20 votes, but Matthew Chapman is behind by 5, so it's pretty close.
In Avalon.
It's a very slim lead.
That
could change. So I'm not gonna say lean or tilt any really just yet. Too early to say.
Okay. Let's play.
Okay, guys, what are we playing?
Oh.
Oh! That was a very
is there?
Cash is working tonight. It's like her first shift since she's come back from India. She's already not feeling it.
She should quit.
She really doesn't like her boss.
You should quit.
I mean, I wouldn't blame her if she did, to be quite honest with you. Oh man, it's skinny tea and then steep tea.
Builds character.
Honestly, steep tea is pretty good, so we'll go with that.
Oh, the PPC is exactly where they were, except actually 0.1 less percent. Last election at this rate.
On track.
Shit.
Well, was Maxine the runner last time, too? Or was it a different guy?
It was Maxime. Because
Oh,
he was salty that he lost the conservative leadership, so then he grifted.
And made his own party.
And then basically all the libertarian people went to his party.
You know what was funny? I was driving around, like I say, lately I've been driving around, obviously, seeing all those signs. And it's funny because literally, like, the conservatives nor the liberals have a sign, like, with their head on it, like a picture. But the fucking PPC guy is, and he looks like just a generic, like, middle-aged man.
Oh, poor guy!
And he, like, literally, his big red thing said no vaccine mandates.
Oh, God.
And I'm just like, that's great and all, but, like, that can't be your only thing, like, that you grasp to. Because yeah.
Alright, let's look at Nanaimo Ladysmith here. Alright.
So we have Paul Manley, who's probably the early favorite out of our riding.
Corfield.
That's probably most likely to be fourth. I'd probably say it's going to go Green, NDP, Conservative, then Liberal. I don't even think PPC is going to get much of an influence there.
I like how Lisa Marie Barron doesn't even have a picture up, because they had the guy from last election's picture still there with her name on it.
Even though, like, she has pictures on signs around here, which makes no sense.
Oh, we got some more results here.
Oh, Conservatives leading in one.
Yeah, that's very early. Let's keep that in mind.
3-1. So Conservatives are currently leading in Long Range Mountains.
Don't know where that... Oh, there it is.
So it's currently 55-29. Holy shit! These look like Karens, like different scales of Karens.
Oh, that's what happens when you live in Newfoundland. You tend to yell at your husband all day and browbeat him into the corner.
So yeah, currently 55-29 is that right?
Where's the other one?
And then
Bonavista? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
8-3.
Yeah, so that's still like nothing. That's too early to call.
It's
We
wait.
call that too close to call.
It's too close to call here at CNN. We cannot make any real projections at this time.
The only one that's looking kind of like a tilt is that one the Conservatives are leading, like tilting in Long Range Mountains, because they're up 55-29.
With like 264 polls to go.
You never know.
I don't think so. Oh, PPC's up to 3 votes.
Oh damn!
They're
do you have,
really
a grand
moving
total-
up. We're
do you
gonna.
have a grand total count?
Huh?
Oh, so currently the Conservatives are leading in the popular vote.
It's very early. Let's be honest here.
The
Popular
Conservatives
vote.
The Conservatives did have the popular vote last time. too.
Popular vote doesn't matter. It matters where you get it.
I know. In a
Clinton
way,
knows
though,
this. Trudeau knows this. Or Scheer knows this, I should say.
I'm just gonna say, like, I think popular vote could be a good way of doing it, but it's also like, yeah, it's tough to say. Like,
Yeah, the cities win all the time.
mhm.
Of course they win anyhow. What is that? Basically, it forces me to have 2 players.
Oh, so you have to play split screen, and then you have like
And
an
the
AFK.
split screen crap.
So currently, Liberals are leading in 4 ridings now. Still with Conservative leading the popular vote.
Still haven't got results from Labrador or St. John's.
Where did they take over here? What did they take? What was the new party? Nope, Avalon. Was it Avalon?
Avalon Bonavista, no.
Uh,
Where's the 4th one?
nope, not Bonavista. What the hell was it? I don't understand. Where is it?
St. John's.
Might be nope. Bonavista. They have.
Did they
Then
retake?
Costa Bays, Notre Dame.
Hold on.
Then they have Avalon. So I'm not sure where this 4th one is, but
It has to be
CNN will
Labrador.
get back to you in a second.
They gotta fucking load it in.
I don't understand.
Because there's only 4 colored in.
Yeah.
So
Unless
good job.
maybe the Liberals took over the lead in one of them, and it's 4-0.
Long Range Mountain still not reporting. Green has its first vote of the night.
What? Really? Nova Scotia's voting Green. Interesting.
What? You mean Newfoundland?
You mean, you know what I mean. Newfoundland.
Bloc Quebecois still had 0 votes. Of course, they're not going to have any votes till we get to Quebec.
Most of their voter base is there anyway.
Their
so-
entire voter base is there, except for that one guy who always, like, mails in the ballot and then changes his thing to vote in a different riding. They always get one.
Results will refresh. Still 4-1. Conservatives still leading the popular vote. Although the PPC has more votes than the Green early stages here.
I'll say this. I'd be surprised if the Liberals did not sweep Newfoundland and Labrador.
You think they're sweeping?
Or 6 out of 7, we'll say.
So not really a sweep, but kind of like a gentleman's sweep. So
The
just
NDP.
about.
The NDP might get another one.
I don't think I could see NDP influence really in the East. I feel like a lot of it's going to be
They
in the
won in
West.
St. John's. Which one? One of these St. John's they won last time. I think it was East. Hold on. Let's go to the map.
Copy made it is.
It's East.
Copy made it is. How the fuck did I score? Oh, the ball just rolled towards the net.
Okay, guys. Chris Carter here.
What are we playing today?
Coffee made it is in tea.
There's no milk here.
Milk up. Well, maybe not actually.
Cleet might have drank it.
Yeah. GG's. Oh, they're now leading in 5
Oh,
as they take back the popular vote. PPC's moved up to 4 grand total votes.
oh damn. Damn, son. 4-1.
That must
4
be
votes.
Labrador. Yeah, that is.
Oh, damn, son. Although usually the Liberals seem to like take a commanding lead. Like last time, it seems like because they go from east to west, Liberals look like they have a commanding lead, and the Conservatives just come storming back.
Shannon Champion adding to the People's Party total with his 1 vote.
Oh yeah.
He's a champion, alright. He's gonna get like.
He might be the guy who gets the 1 seat. You never know.
I love the grift. Oh, we got more results. Not a lot changing.
5-1 still.
New Democrats add to their total. They're
Not
still
much,
not
though.
updating that fucking other riding,
Where it's happening,
which is probably St. John's Mount Pearl.
most likely. Global news down.
What's that?
No, or sorry, CBC down.
The lead shrinks in Long Range Mountains, as we expect.
So while you're checking that out, I'm gonna kind of go over the polls. I know nobody's watching this, but just in case somebody comes around and just wants to discuss 2021 Canadian election platforms, just so everyone kind of has an idea of what each main leader's looking to. Yeah, I hope it's in point form. I don't want to have to read through a fucking long ass. Okay, so we're gonna start with oh man, they did it this way. Okay, we're gonna start with just the economy, you know, and then we'll revisit the key here. There are 6 key things it seems that they're looking to, like their big swing stuff, like economy, taxes, COVID-19, childcare, housing, and climate change. So we're gonna start with economy. Okay. Just gonna switch over to Minecraft. So, yeah, it's something. Okay, anywho. So, for Liberals, the economy. Helping create more than 1 million jobs by extending a recovery hiring program and enable businesses to take on more workers, providing aid to the culture and tourism sectors. So, okay. I guess that's fine. That's what the Conservatives are doing too. They're looking to add 1 million jobs. The only difference is pay up to 50% of the salaries for new hires for 6 months. Scrap the Canada Infrastructure Bank and connect all of Canada to high-speed internet by 2025. What does that internet part have to do with the economy? But okay.
Who says this?
Conservatives.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting, but I mean, I'm not opposed to high-speed internet.
I mean,
but
internet's infrastructure.
I guess, yeah.
Even though that's supposed to be left to private companies, so they're getting in the way. Which isn't ultimately conservative, but apparently they're grifting this election, trying to pick off liberal voters.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the only way you can win this time. Because, like, it seems to be a very liberal-focused election, so you kind of, I feel like A weird but hot take, I think, is conservatives are going to act like this grifter kind of party until if they win, and then if they win, they kind of shift back.
Oh, we got 2 now for the Conservatives. It shifted somewhere.
Is it 4-2 or is it 5-2?
4-2.
Oh, so there is a shift.
Bonavista flipped
Oh,
for now.
okay.
It might be a back and forth thing until we get a lot of polls coming in.
So let's see here. So yeah, for the NDP, because those are the main parties that we're taking seriously here. If we want to talk about
The
something,
NDP.
I mean, they're the only other party that really.
Why,
take
you don't want to
seriously
take
here.
the People's Party serious?
We can see what they have to say.
With their
but,
6 votes?
so for NDP, create more than 1 million new jobs with the focus on addressing climate change. Ensure no one unemployment insurance gets less than $2,000 a month.
Jesus Christ.
That's just handing out money. That's literally
Or
like you
24,000 a year, assuming they stay off on their ass for a year?
You literally could just sit on your ass and do nothing and make $24,000 a year.
Labrador mailing it in.
Sounds like there's. Okay, so they only really talk about the big 3. So,
Good.
because those are the only ones really to be taken seriously. So,
We're still getting 6 ridings here with 5 of them on the map because they suck ass.
all right. So for taxes, we're gonna go to the Liberals first. Raise the corporate income tax that the largest banks and insurance companies pay on earnings above $1 billion by 3 percentage points to 18%. Create a minimum tax rule to ensure the highest earners pay at least 15% a year, removing their ability to use deductions and credits to pay no tax. Okay.
I mean, as a tax accountant, I would appreciate less deductions. I mean, maybe I'd get paid more if I had to deal with more deductions, but it's cancer.
I mean, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what kind of accountant I'm looking in towards, but definitely in the I'm kind of down to 3 where it's like articling, tax, and auditing. I kind of haven't decided what is going to be my thing going forward, but we'll see.
You say articling?
That's what Burnley calls it, articling.
What the fuck's that?
Just bookkeeping, kind of like just.
Oh, okay.
Like pretty much just basic bookkeeping shit.
Oh, we got a lot of votes coming in.
I guess maybe we got the ball rolling with a.
It's narrowed in pretty much every riding, except Avalon because they suck.
So for the conservative side, for taxes, tax digital companies 3% of gross revenue in Canada if they don't pay corporate income tax. Provide a 5% tax credit for any capital investments made next year and the year after, 2022 and 2023. And for the New Democrats, implement a COVID-19 excess profits tax of 50% on corporate windfall profits during the coronavirus pandemic. Increase top marginal tax rate by 2 points to 35%.
Okay.
So you just want to take your highest earning bracket and mark them up by 2 points? Okay.
Side note, the rest of Atlantic Canada is closing polls in about 2 minutes.
Okay, so we're probably going to be expecting a big surge of votes soon. Big surge of polls. So.
Because really, Newfoundland and Labrador, not a big deal in the grand scheme of things.
They're not really the swing province, as we could call it.
Of course, you want to pick off here and there if you can.
I'm going to save the best for last, which is COVID-19. I'm going to save the best for last and move on to childcare. So for the Liberals, investing up to $30 billion over 5 years to help deliver $10 a day childcare everywhere outside the province of Quebec, which already has its own system. The Conservatives are planning towards. They have it all over the fucking place here. Why?
Nope. Now it's 5-1 again.
Oh, so they shifted back.
Long range mountains.
So convert the existing childcare expense deduction into a refundable tax credit covering up to 75% of the cost of childcare for lower income families. And then for the NDP, introduce a universal 10-a-day childcare system. So you literally just copied the Liberals, but okay, sure. Unless maybe it depends on who announced it first, but one's copying the other for sure.
To be fair, all 3 of them were copying each other during the entire election.
In some sense, yeah.
It's sort of like the pointing Spider-Man meme.
But like, there's like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so for housing, this is for Liberals, by the way. Create a rent-to-own program, ban new foreign ownership of homes for 2 years, institute an anti-flipping tax, and improve transparency of bidding processes, building or renewing 1.4 million homes over 4 years. As for the Conservatives, their housing, build 1 million houses over 3 years, ban non-resident foreign investors from buying housing for 2 years, easing mortgage stress test rules, and boost eligibility for insured mortgages.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll get back to you in just a sec here with more stuff. Cash is just texting me on her break.
NDP's at a grand total of 6.3% in Atlantic Canada, right, or Labrador right now.
Yeah, not surprising, but
They're having a
like,
tough time to start off the night here. That could be bad news for the Conservatives.
for a majority or for just winning and losing?
For just winning in general. So they need a bit of a grift there.
Yeah, although the big one's going to be obviously Ontario and Quebec, because that's typically where the lion's share, of the votes come.
Still very early into the evening here.
Yeah.
People's Party had 1.6% of the vote last election.
We can expect them to probably be...
They're at 1.7 right now. Not a lot.
Yeah.
Coast.
Alright, let's take a look. So where was I? Right, New Democrats on housing. I'm going to try and maybe look at some other ones, because this seems very vague, but like... Because I kind of want to go like more in-depth on some of these. So like, election primer, everything you need to know about before you vote. That could be a good one. Oh, it's just a bullet point. I just want platform guide. That's literally all I want. Here we go. So, okay, we talked about jobs. We talked about childcare. We talked about taxation, and we talked about housing. So, we're going to talk about next gun control. So, first up. A Liberal government would continue its crackdown on magazine-fed semi-automatic rifles by introducing a buyback program. Owners will be able to sell their guns or have them rendered permanently inoperable. Other measures would ban magazines capable of being modified to hold more than 5 rounds, set aside $1 billion for jurisdictions that ban handguns, and increase the maximum penalty for gun smuggling from 10 to 14 years. So they're really trying to crack down on the gun policy here. For the Conservatives, Mr. O'Toole, as they call him,
Mr.
the Globe and Mail. Would you say that's left or right wing?
The Globe and Mail?
Mm-hmm.
That's has a tendency to be liberal.
Okay, so I'll keep that in mind. Mr. O'Toole has shifted his position on last year's federal ban on some semi-automatic rifles. While his platform says he would repeal the ban, Mr. O'Toole stated recently that he would keep it in place. That's kind of... There are some inklings of him grifting throughout this throughout the debates and stuff. He's kind of grifted in some aspects. But,
Flip-flop.
he's kind of just saying some stuff just to get some votes. But I get it.
Which could isolate his base in the West.
It could.
But he can afford to... Oh, it's now 5-2.
So Conservatives got one back, or did Liberals get another?
Liberals gained 1.
Oh, okay. That's long. So NDP. Oh, we can even bring the Greens into this.
They finally updated St. John's East.
Ooh, the PPC. We gotta talk about our new hot up-and-coming prospect here, the PPC.
Oh yeah, up and coming.
Alright, so the NDP states,
Oops.
firearms policy warrants a single paragraph in the NDP platform. The platform vows to keep assault weapons and illegal handguns, quote-unquote, off our streets, while addressing gun smuggling, organized crime, and gang violence. So they very vaguely touched on the issue.
Okay, we got Liberal stronghold in Nova Scotia reporting, Sackville. So don't expect that to flip.
I'll come back to the election stuff and I'll keep it in the background.
Halifax is also reporting that will not flip.
So what do we talk about? Gun control? Okay, so what would be a good one to talk about next? Did I talk about healthcare? I don't think I did I? I did not. What the fuck?
I sort of hate this map.
Healthcare. What the fuck? Okay, here we go. So,
0 votes. Okay.
Here we go. The Liberals. A re-elected Liberal government would spend an additional $6 billion to help address healthcare wait times. The Liberals would also spend $3.2 billion to help provinces and territories hire 7,500 new family doctors, nurses, and nurse practitioners, and $400 million over 4 years to improve access to virtual care. Is there anything else here I should keep in mind? The party is also pledging to incentivize healthcare professionals to practice in underserved rural areas by increasing the maximum debt relief under the Canada Student Loans Forgiveness Program to $60,000 from $40,000 over the next 5 years. That should be its own thing, kind of discussing that stuff. But I guess tuition might be provincially kind of sanctioned. So,
Yeah.
So, a Conservative Party of Canada, a Conservative government would increase healthcare funding by $60 billion over the next decade, but only $3.6 billion of that would arrive in the next 5 years. The party is also pledging to create a national mental health plan that would ask the provinces to dedicate a portion of healthcare funding to mental health initiatives. Okay, I like that. And employers that offer mental health coverage would receive a tax credit of 25% for the cost of the first 3 years.
Oh, good. Another tax credit. Like how this is tied.
I mean, I like the fact that they're looking to incentivize mental health, but another tax credit?
It's cringe.
It sounds like they're just finding ways to give corporations more tax breaks, but, you know, whatever. I'm more just in support of the mental health stuff, personally. If elected, the NDP would introduce a national pharmacare program, which is emphasizing its commitment to a public healthcare system and working with provinces to improve wait times. The NDP would also eliminate private, for-profit nursing homes and create national standards for long-term care. Green Party's not irrelevant, so we're not going to discuss that.
Buena Vista Bjorn Trinity's flipped 4 times already. 15 polls out of 207.
Climate targets. Indigenous issues. This is a good one. Let's have a talk about the cousin.
Large restitution.
All right. So, for the Liberals.
PPC's picking up some big votes here.
Ooh, they might get a seat.
No, they're at 3.1%.
Oh.
But that's
It's not
doubling
bad, though.
doubling last time's numbers. That continues.
It's not bad. The Liberals say they would move ahead on reconciliation with Indigenous peoples by confronting the legacy of residential schools and launching an Indigenous urban, rural, and northern housing strategy. The party also says it would make any investments necessary, in quotations, to eliminate all remaining long-term drinking water advisories for First Nations, after previously promising to eliminate them all in March by 2021. Or March
Cumberland.
2021. So he literally fell through with his promise already. That doesn't sound promising. And are promising $6 billion to ensure access to clean drinking water for all First Nations. Are you all
Cumberland
just like
Coast.
pissing in their water supply? Like, I don't understand how their water's so bad. Like, I might be ignorant.
It's like
asking
Marty's. They might have sulfur. I don't know.
that. Okay, I may sound ignorant asking that question, but I'm like, y'all pissing in the water sewer? Like, what the hell's going on? Like,
It's not very good up north, especially.
Good to know. Good to know. The Conservatives also say that they recognize safe drinking water as a fundamental.
Currently, it's at 7-3. No one's been elected yet,
So we're currently,
officially.
So we don't have a locked-in seat just yet. So
Probably gonna go to the one in Labrador.
most likely. So the same issues for the Conservatives, pretty much.
Yeah,
The
it's not even
drinking water
close.
stuff. The NDP, in its platform, the NDP says it would fully implement the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples and the Truth and Reconciliations Commission's 94 calls to action. The party also says it would work with Indigenous peoples to co-develop a national plan for reconciliation. It says it would establish, through legislation, a national council for reconciliation to provide oversight and accountability for this process, reporting regularly to the Parliament and Canadians. The party says it would also pursue negotiations on the issues such as self-government, education, housing, and health. Okay. I just want to go back to the top. The scrolling is very painful.
Don't you like that scrolling?
We talked about housing, we talked about tax, we talked about childcare, Indigenous issues, gun control. What do we have next? Small businesses, that's a good one. Because, as you can see in the pandemic, a lot of small businesses have fucking died. So, I'd like to see how the Liberals like to talk about this one. Early in the pandemic, the government created wage and rent subsidies to help businesses that lost revenue due to COVID-19. Those subsidies are set to end on October 23rd. If re-elected, the Liberals say they would keep up quote-unquote temporary wage and rent support just for the tourism sector.
Okay.
So what you're saying is letting the others die. Cool beans, cool beans. And rent support just for the tourism sector, which has struggled with lockdowns and travel restrictions. Gee, I fucking wonder why. Gee, I wonder why.
And the other news. Oops.
In other news, the sky's fucking blue.
The Green have a grand total of 2 votes so far.
God damn, dude. So bad.
I wonder if the PPC will have more votes than the Green at the end of the night. That would be
I could
amazing.
put money on that. I could put money on that. Like, the PPC, like, they're probably not going to do anything substantial. But they might get more support from the Green Party just because of the whole... That no vaccine mandate thing is a very attractive prospect for a lot of people. So... I could see it. They would also extend the Canadian Recovery Hiring Program, which began this summer to cover a portion of the costs for the new hires. The Liberals also say they would introduce a program promised in the spring budget to help small businesses with e-commerce. They also promised to finally move forward with a plan to lower credit card fees charged to merchants. Conservatives,
Okay.
the Tories, Canada Job Surge Plan would cover 25 to 50% of the salaries of new hires, depending on how long the employee was out of work. It would run for 6 months after the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy expires. The Conservatives have the only proposal aimed directly at the hard-hit food service industry, a 50% rebate for Monday to Wednesday dine-in meals at restaurants for a single month. It was inspired by programs that ran in PEI last year. For retailers, a party proposes a month-long GST holiday, and the Conservatives also propose a number of new loans and tax credits for small business owners. A loan as much as $200,000 with up to 25% of it forgivable based on revenue losses, a 25% tax credit on as much as $100,000 personally invested in a small business, and a refundable tax credit for new capital investments. That was a mouthful. For the NDP, the New Democrats would extend the wage and rent subsidies indefinitely for small businesses until they are fully reopened. The NDP also promises to pay the employer portion of CEI and CPP premiums for new and rehired staff. The party would also cap the fees credit cards charge merchants on every transaction to 1% from the current 1.4. Okay, that doesn't... Yeah, whatever.
Enjoy that.
Okay, so that was small businesses. What's a good one to talk about? A good one. I don't think I talked about climate. This is a good one. Let me have a sip of tea here. In government, the Liberals pledged to reduce Canada's greenhouse gas emissions to 40 to 45% below 2005 levels by 2030. Their strategy involves the country's carbon price steadily rising to $170 per ton by the end of the decade.
Oh, good.
With the company's rebates rising as well. So that sounds like, based on how I'm interpreting that, sounds like tax more, like a higher carbon tax. Based off how I interpreted that. So, enjoy paying ridiculous gas prices if they win. That's all I'm going to say.
You gotta go green, man.
Yeah, take the fucking bus or get a fucking electric car.
Oh, we have the first New Democrat.
Lead?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's new.
Where is this? It's in St. John's East.
So that might flip pretty quickly?
As expected.
Okay.
That's the one they won last election.
So, the carbon tax, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, pretty much just... Okay, so the government, Liberal government, proposed requirement that at least 50% of passenger vehicle sales be electric cars by 2030. Okay. I mean, I guess I kind of like the green initiative, but you gotta make electric cars more affordable for that to happen. So,
Do, bro.
you gotta make them affordable if you want it to be realistic.
They're affordable, man. Just take out a loan.
All right. The Conservatives say that they would return Canada to its previous target of a 30% reduction in emissions by 2030, so a little lower. Although they no longer oppose carbon pricing outright, they would dramatically scale it back, pledging to cap the fuel charge paid by most fossil fuel consumers to $50 per ton, while switching from the current system of rebates to one in which every payment would go into a personalized, low-carbon savings account. So they're looking to dial back on the carbon tax, which is nice. I don't know, like it's tough to say if it should exist, but at least they're scaling it back, and that's promising.
Apparently, the rest of the Maritimes are mailing it in because we only have a few ridings in Nova Scotia.
They're not trying.
Oh, got another one.
Okay, and then the NDP are calling for So the NDP are calling for an emissions reduction to 50% by 2030. Their platform's less detailed. In other instances, they don't even talk about if they're going to lower the carbon tax or not. Oh wait, the addition of carbon budgets? No, I don't think that's a really carbon tax, but okay.
The carbon budget. What's that?
I have no fucking clue. All right. Defense? Okay, defense is the last one before the big one.
What's defense?
I guess we'll discuss. The Liberals would work with the U.S. to modernize NORAD, upgrading the North Warning System, deploying new technology to improve surveillance and monitoring, and improving command and control systems. They would work to root out all sources of anti-Indigenous and anti-Black racism, LGBTQ2 prejudice, gender bias, and white supremacy in the Canadian Armed Forces, and implement the recommendations of the Advisory Panel on Systemic Racism.
Oh boy.
They would also expand the resources available to sexual assault survivors in the military through the Sexual Misconduct Response Center, and make these services available to all Department of National Defense employees, veterans and members of military families. They would implement the recommendations of the Independent External Comprehensive Review, led by former Supreme Court Justice Louise Arbour, to address sexual harassment and misconduct in the armed forces. Just a lot of stuff like that. So for the Conservatives, the Tories would increase defense spending to, quote-unquote, move closer to a NATO pledge to spend 2% of the GDP on defense. They would call a public inquiry into harassment and discrimination in the Canadian Armed Forces, develop a new Arctic naval base in Churchill, Manitoba, that would make the Arctic more accessible to the Navy year-round, update and enhance the North Warning System, and extend it to protect the entire Canadian Arctic, creating a NATO Center of Excellence for Arctic Defense at the Resolute Bay CIF Training Center to enhance cooperation. Oh my dear Lord. Yeah, I'm not even gonna. That's too much to read. Too much. I can barely even process what the fuck is going on. So we're gonna go to the big one. The big one. We all know what we're talking about here. The vaccinations. The biggest, I think, divide amongst all people.
Oh, it's 911 now.
Oh, the Conservatives are getting their teeth kicked in right now. Early stages, but nevertheless.
This is hide.
Here we go. So for the Liberals, Mr. Trudeau has promised that if re-elected, his government would require passengers to be vaccinated in order to travel on interprovincial trains, flights, cruise ships, and other federally regulated forms of transportation. He has also pledged to create new rules that would require federal public employees to be vaccinated. While he has stated that there would be consequences for people who would fail to comply with the policy, he has not provided any details. Liberal candidates must also be fully vaccinated, according to the party. In response to anti-vaccination protests outside of hospitals, Mr. Trudeau has said that the Liberals would create a new law barring such events from blocking access to healthcare facilities. That's kind of what I do back up a little bit, like, bruh, why are you blocking up hospitals? But, like, you know.
Oh, you like that?
Mr. Where are we at here? So a Liberal government would also make it illegal to intimidate or harass a health professional carrying out their professional duties. And Mr. Trudeau has promised to create a national vaccine passport for international travel. Okay. Mr. O'Toole says his government would not mandate vaccines for federal employees, but if they are unvaccinated, they would need to take a daily rapid COVID-19 test before going to work. Passengers on federal vessels would need to provide a recent negative test or undergo a rapid test before boarding a train, plane, or ship. Mr. O'Toole condemned the anti-vaccination protests outside the hospitals this week, calling them unacceptable. But has not said if his party would amend or change the laws to address the issue. The Conservative government would also establish a national proof of vaccination program that Canadians can use for international travel. The Conservative Party is not requiring candidates to be vaccinated during the campaign, saying the decision to get vaccinated is a personal one. That's the key. Like, you put that in bold and underline. Like, he believes it's a personal choice. So, this is the only one where I'm going to go to a couple of other parties because I like to see what they're thinking.
Okay.
And this is a pretty hot topic. So, under an NDP government, federal employees would need to be vaccinated in order to be on the job or risk discipline or termination, according to Mr. Singh. In response to anti-vaccine protests, Mr. Singh said an NDP government would make it illegal to harass or obstruct anyone from seeking medical care, and it introduced new penalties for anyone who assaults a healthcare worker. The NDP supports the use of vaccine passports, and Mr. Singh has called on the government to roll out a national system as soon as possible. The party says all candidates must be vaccinated fully. All right, so for the Greens, Ms. Paul says it's important for Canadians to get vaccinated against COVID-19, but it cautions that a mandatory vaccination program risks alienating or excluding some individuals or groups. So, okay. The Bloc Québécois, Mr. Blanchet says he would like to see more vaccine production based in Quebec. That's it. That's it.
What a fucking view.
And here we are, everyone's favorite, Mr. Bernier.
He's cringe.
Opposes mandatory vaccination and is the only leader of the major federal political party who is not vaccinated against COVID-19. The party platform promises to repeal vaccine passports and mandates and includes numerous references to misinformation about COVID-19 vaccines. So, I'm going to make a bit of a hot take here. And I'm going to say, a lot of the people lately that have been, I'm just going to say gyms as a good example, but anybody who comes into the gym and is like, oh, I don't want to, where was I going with this?
Yeah, where were you going with that?
What was I saying again?
Teammate down.
Oh, that's what I was saying, right. But anybody who comes in and is like, I feel forced not to take the vaccine and blah, 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 and the vaccine mandate stupid, most likely votes, PPC.
Okay. Go on.
Hot take. Not really a hot take. But what was I saying? Anywho.
Camera down.
Now that I've covered all the issues, I can now come back to taking a look at the election.
And it's 12-1.
Oof.
As expected.
Oof. That is a big oof. But no seats have been up 12-2 to 1. NDP still leads in one.
Mm-hmm.
And the popular votes about a 2,000 difference. The Bloc Québécois has a 0 vote base at the current moment.
None of Quebec.
And the PPC actually has 2.9% of the vote, which is interesting.
Okay.
Like I said, this is probably one of the biggest days in modern Canadian history just given all the circumstances and everything the world's been through right now, this is one of the biggest days.
I can almost call Labrador for the Liberals.
Ookie.
What?
I'm just going ookie.
Dylan gonna disappear.
Oh, Dylan's here now? What the fuck? Okay, so where the hell is NDP leading right now?
St. John's East.
I can barely even tell that I can't see the orange.
Get good, kid. It's in the city.
In the city? Oh. Oh, so you literally have to fucking zoom in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right fucking there. Okay.
Right by.
And it's actually close. Like, it's a difference of like 24 votes. That could shift.
Is it just gonna be status quo? It's the last election. We'll see.
Liberals win minority, and then we all just kind of be like, well, you wasted everyone's time.
We're up to 3. Where's the other one? New Brunswick Southwest. Yeah.
I just kind of want to have him eat crow, where at least, like, even if he wins, nothing changes, and then you waste everybody's time.
Oh, poor
And your intent of getting more power failed.
He's such a good leader. He really cares about the people. He's the leader for the people, by the people.
Eagle.
Something about something.
Eagle. And then the eagle comes in. Like from the rap battle.
What?
The epic rap battles.
No, we got 4. 12, 4, 1. Sydney Victoria's reporting.
Justin Trudeau versus Erin O'Toole. Begin.
Be the most boring rap battle. We're milk toast. We fight each other. Rap battle, etc. That's that in a nutshell.
Oh, ho.
I'm Cameron. Shavu is reporting.
What?
I don't know, the one that sounds French on the fucking eastern side of New Brunswick.
So currently 13-4, no seats in the lead just yet.
Don't worry, it's gonna... Oh, we have 1 elected, folks. We have 1 elected, and it is probably... Which one did they elect? Oh, yeah,
Oh,
okay.
it's a Liberal. The first confirmed Liberal seat.
St. John's South Mount Pearl. Yeah, they were up by,
It was not even close.
Yeah, and this cringe PPC person in there, okay.
So currently at this current stage, we have the Liberals in a slim lead in terms of vote numbers.
And we can make a projection now. The Liberals will carry most of the seats in the Maritimes.
And the more drama stuff will begin when we head towards central Canada.
Or plurality, I should say. We're not ready to call majority, plurality.
We're not ready.
In the Maritimes.
Like I say, we're still thinking Ontario could be, and Quebec. I think Quebec is an underrated sleeper in terms of that could really change the course of the election.
Viva la Montreal is going to go liberal.
But Quebec's going to be, I think, a dark horse in terms of what the outcome of this election could be.
As you can see, I'll show you Montreal on the map here.
Montreal votes Lib.
This is your Montreal right there. All liberal. And Bloc. No one cares about the Bloc.
Could swing, but you never know.
Yeah.
Who knows how likely that is, but it could swing.
That's the Trudeau hive right in there, as we like to call it. It's called what is this? Okay,
He's not talking about the election stuff from his cottage.
What?
You know, because like he went on vacation to a cottage when everything was locked down.
Cringe. I'm ready to call Avalon too. 600.
I love how CNN's the music we use, even though like
Canada has no good
American-based
music.
network.
Canada has no good music. It's like going on. Going on. There's your Canadian music in a nutshell. It's fucking garbage. Their election night's like business as usual. It's not epic. It's like, yeah, we're boring and we're Canada and we like fucking maple syrup.
So currently 14-4, NDP still leads in one riding. So yeah, there's only one that's been locked in at the current moment. Although we're looking at Avalon, it's close-ish.
Oh, I've seen enough. This election's over.
Oh,
Okay.
So Avalon's currently at about a fifth of their polls right now, with a not slim lead, but it's pretty close.
What, Avalon?
Well, it's 49% to 38, so it's enough. It's a 700 difference. You could probably make up that gap with 183 polls. You can make up that gap.
That's a lot.
There's a lot left in that poll.
Bonavista flips for the 7th time tonight.
Yep, but it's literally, it's a difference of 27 votes.
So, let's look at my prediction.
Really close. That one's a too close to call one.
I got one right so far, boys. We got St. John South correct.
So currently, Scott Sims in Costa Bays, Notre Dame, has a very slim lead of.
Oh, we got another one for New Brunswick. 15-4.
And that is conservative or liberal?
15-4-1.
All right, so the Liberals lead the Conservatives by 89 votes in Costa Bay, so that could swing still. So currently the Liberals lead the Conservatives by 48 votes in Long Range Mountains. It's still too close to call there.
Wait, still too close to call.
There's a couple of them too close to call right now. Labrador, they're about a quarter of the way through, but it's still really close. Like, it's 310 vote difference, but it's still like, there's still a lot of polls left. So the margin it's not conservative though. It'd be NDP if anybody. But
surprised they haven't called that yet.
Let's see here. So the conservative ones, it's 33-6 in terms of votes there. The Liberals don't even have that much influence.
17-5.
The PPC have more votes in New Brunswick Southwest. The PPC currently have more votes at that moment.
17-5-1.
Okay, so Liberals, like I say, we all expected them to get an early lead.
We got the leftists in PEI reporting. That makes sense. And another one in Fredericton.
Liberals are expected to take the early lead, and then the Conservatives usually march back as we head towards the west.
Tobiquet Mactaquac reporting. Or how do you pronounce that bullshit? Because no one really cares in reality, because we don't have time.
Cape Breton, what are you doing?
What, they're...
Sorry, hometown. What are you doing?
They're voting by a whole 26 votes right now with 7 polls voting. Congratulations.
Nanny
You're from a leftist
What are you
side.
doing? What are you doing?
Obviously, the election of Tim Houston has absolutely no effect so far.
Let's see here. The Conservatives are currently leading in Sydney, Victoria. The Conservatives have a lead there early.
Cumberland Colchester is close.
So a lot of these are still pretty close. There's only really, I think there was one that was like, okay, you're most likely coming away with this one, but we'll see.
Where's the PPC guy? Central Nova? No.
I think so, but we'll see. So in terms
Okay.
so it's 17-5.
Hey,
NDP still
hey.
leads one.
Hey.
Hi, Hector. Hi, bud.
Wonder if...
Hi.
I doubt it.
Good boy.
Hey. No, I do not give a fuck. Marty down.
Marty uninstalling.
Marty playing CK2. Let's see if Rocket League works.
Marty.
Oh, poor guy. He's got DoorDash now.
Okay, yeah, it's still not working, so that's ass.
Oops.
Yeah,
So,
Sure.
I know, honey.
so wait, what are you trying to... Like, what do you think you're going to do here?
I tried. We're just gonna stick with this, I guess, for the night. Unless you want to pay for me to restart. $5, I'll restart my computer and do the stream.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Oh, I'm Cameron. Okay.
Currently 17-5.
10 more yet to report in the Maritimes.
We expected Maritimes to most likely be liberal, but there's still some that it's pretty close right now, and you can't really call it early yet.
Waiting. You're running up the margins there. Bonavista. Here's Dartmouth. Oh, it's not reporting. Nice one. We're at 18-5-1.
Gonna check the social medias and see who's talking. What's bustling about?
What's bustling about? What is this? The fucking 90s? That's pretty dope. I feel you, dude. Okay, 25-1. What else is reporting? Probably the cities, right? Oh, they lead by 1 vote. Ooh. The grifter, Jenica Atlin. Alright.
Alright, let's see what people are saying here.
People getting already overly reactive over just the Maritimes. Let's go on the Facebooks. But I'm not gonna. Anyone angry? No.
Not allowing comments, okay.
For what?
What's it,
Okay. 19-6-1. Eventually we're gonna stop paying attention to that number until some solid results come in. It's gonna be ass to keep track of. What did 338 have in the Maritimes? They're higher. Okay. They're higher too.
Nobody's super political right now.
21-5-1.
Shit.
Oh, we have another elected member. For Avalon, as I expected. It is Ken McDonald of Avalon, who will be re-elected, the incumbent. Currently winning by 12%. That one looked like it was easily going.
So currently 2 seats for Liberals that are pretty much called
26-1. Which is
expected, but concerning.
What did I... Actually, I'm going to keep my prediction up.
Yeah, keep your predictions up and see how this lines up.
Spreadsheet. Let's use the spreadsheet.
Did you do poll to poll, or did you just kind of do like... Just kind of like you did every poll?
Every riding. Avalon, yeah, I predicted LPC, and St. John's? South, yeah.
You called both of them like that?
And I won't know the margins. I doubt these margins will be right, so I don't really care. As long as
So
they
I
get...
don't think the margins really matter. It's more who gets elected.
Unless it's like, oh, they got 74% and you were way off. That'd be the pollsters' problem, too.
It'd be interesting to see, though, if the seats were tied to how they determine tiebreaker. That's probably when they go to popular vote. But
The Governor General's like, you try to reform government, they fail. Now you try. Okay, another election in December. That's what would happen. It would be like a couple of months to see them fail at trying to do it.
Yeah, well, it's not fair to say that, like, you only have, like, a month or so to, like, try and win people over. Like, it's hard. Like, a lot of your promises can't really be instituted for at least 5 years. So it's just like, here, you get to be the prime minister for a month. You get to be prime minister for a month. Okay, now we're going to re-elect.
But you need a majority of people to get shit passed. So they'd have to work with someone else.
Trudeau might call for another snap election at this rate.
That's why he needs his majority, so he doesn't have to deal with elections.
He's just going to keep calling them every year.
Okay, Labrador is going to go pretty soon. Come on.
It's probably going to be 3-0.
Call it CBC. I know you want to. I know you love that, Daddy T. Slick. They call him Slick Daddy T. Alright, 27-2. Democrats at 2.
Oh, Democrats got one.
Is that in Nova Scotia? It's probably early wherever they got that. Okay, get the... Listen here, motherfucker.
Alright, so 2 have been called. Still not have that NDP leading in St. John's East.
Okay, NDP's leading there. Where's the other one?
Where's the other one? I don't see it.
This is the type of shit that pisses me off.
Because then because we're kind of, like, I know we're not a news coverage, but we're just kind of, like, shit posting this election. We're just kind of here.
Archive it.
So, it's pretty early. It's looking like the Liberals are pulling away in Labrador.
19-8-2.
Oh, so one, shifted.
Oh, look, Bonavista flipped again.
What, back? So it's back to 20-8? Or 20-7? Or is it still 19-8? I'm confused.
It's 19-8-2.
So they flipped again.
Bonavista's flipped like 8 times now.
It's literally it's a 1 vote difference right now.
That riding wasn't even
flipping. It's gonna keep flipping.
Those 2 ridings weren't even supposed to be close according to the advanced polling. What did I have those 2? It will flip back. I had both of these easily Liberal. Bonavista. I had the Liberals by 15. And Costa Bays, I had the Liberals by even more than 15. So safe. So that will flip back. Unless I am hopefully wrong.
Still can't say where this other NDP one is.
But I have 2 out of 2 so far. That will...
Alright.
The margin of correctness will go down as we go through the night. Especially in those metro areas.
Alright, so currently the PPC is holding 3.2% of the vote right now.
The king of the cringe has doubled his vote since the last election. If this holds, though. Which we are at 0.8% of the national polls. So who fucking cares?
You would have to, like, kind of do, like, a pro rata.
But Green's up to 0.8.
What's Canadians' current population right now?
30-something.
That's a very, very specific. So we have 69 votes. 79 votes to other,
Whoever
like, an independent party.
Whoever that is.
Usually independent parties. So
27-2.
Alright, so Liberals got 1 back.
Not Bonavista.
Nothing has been called.
They still haven't called Labrador, despite them being up by a huge margin of 486 votes.
Central Nova is still pretty close. They're like a tiny fraction of their polls right now, so it's way too early to call. Cape Breton? No. Was that just Cape Breton I looked at? No, that was Central Nova.
21-8.
Oh, so Cumberland, Colchester's conservative.
They-
I found it. It's Dartmouth. That's NDP.
Really?
Yeah, with 1 poll, and it's like a 10-vote difference, 9-vote difference. But I found it.
That's where the one PPC was supposed to do relatively well. They're at 12%. I don't know if that'd be relatively well, but for the cringeness, that's probably good.
Cape Breton's still, it's 101 votes. Way too early to call because it's only 12 out of 214 polls. Way too soon.
We got a whole hour in between the big result dump. So.
In
Yeah.
about an hour and a half, we'll get a good idea of who's most likely coming away here.
Early indicators? Who knows?
It's too early to call right now. Like, Liberals do have a lead, a pretty sizable lead, but
it's too close to call right now, but we can pretty much say Liberals are dominating this election.
In the current eastern side, Liberals are dominating as expected.
Even
NDP
though they
now has gained a 3rd seat, everyone. NDP has gained a 3rd seat.
at the expense of no one.
Where it is.
All right, first one to get it gets nothing. Let's be honest.
Still locating where that NDP.
Sackville Preston Chesnikuk has flipped NDP by 1 vote.
Oh, so there's 2 of them there?
Yeah, both in Nova Scotia.
Oh, okay. And it's 1 vote difference. So that's probably going to flip back to red.
So who gives a shit?
So.
I'm really proud of the other right now.
PPC's now raised to 3.3%.
28-3.
They're slowly climbing. Not really enough to win, but they're climbing, nevertheless. Is there any parties in danger of flipping right now?
Costa Bay still not flipping back. Got to do the passive-aggressive talking tone so then it flips back.
Conservatives have a pretty sizable gap in Tobique/Mactaquac.
That is
407 votes.
traditionally a stronghold. 6 polls in. Keep that in mind.
New Brunswick Southwest has a 189 gap between the Conservatives and the Liberals, with the Conservatives. It's a pretty sizable lead.
And 22, 8, and 2. We have new ones.
Being entered into the fray.
Egmont's in.
Still haven't seeped into Quebec yet.
Charlottetown and Egmont.
Oh, are they reporting PEI right now?
Yeah, that's all red, as expected.
I can't even find where the fuck PEI is on here.
If you want some guaranteed bet wins, it's 23-7-2. Something flip back.
Oh, there it is.
There we
Is there
go.
only, like one. So there's Cardigan. How many fucking. Are there 2 here?
There are 4.
Okay, so it's 4 ridings. So it's nothing. PEI is like a nothing one. Liberals could run the table there, and it won't really matter.
My estimation, they should have as many seats as the territories, but I'm not the person who makes the rules. It was sort of a contingent for them joining the union, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, give us enough seats. Oh, okay.
Nothing really at this stage, except for those, New Brunswick areas I mentioned that are really sizable for the Conservatives.
They still have not called Labrador. Getting triggered.
Labrador's they're probably waiting for something to happen.
Nothing's gonna happen. Call it.
Well, it's 585. You still have three quarters of a poll left, so it's too close to. Hey, Trinity, Bonavista flipped again. Bonavista has flipped again. We're back to a liberal-led.
9 times tonight. And it'll probably stay that way.
We need a counter on the screen.
If you want to pay an egregious sum, I will do that.
Just how many times Bonavista has fucking flipped? Oh, NDP lost one. NDP has lost one.
To the Liberals?
I think my best guess is they lost Dartmouth. Yeah.
Are they
Nope.
just not adding it to different parties?
Well,
Like,
they lost Sackville.
they
But
just.
it's a 1 vote difference. So like I said, it flipped back. It's gonna flip back and forth all night.
We only have 1 riding not reporting in the Maritimes right now.
And that is sorry.
Where is it? Are they just
It's
too.
gas.
That's
that
a
might be
French
French.
riding.
Oh, that's a Quebec riding. Okay.
Maybe they just suck.
Manicouagan, or is that Quebec too?
That's Quebec.
So there's just one. I can't find where the riding is.
Is it New Brunswick?
Can't tell.
No, we have a Cape Bathurst.
All right, so Cape Breton still has a lead, but it's only 101 votes. Nothing much has changed here.
I do not know.
Sydney Victoria is still really close. Currently 23-7. And then Liberals lost one, or the NDP's lost one, which I'm assuming the Liberals took. So.
Okay, it's a good time to use the washroom.
Take a break and I'll take over the chair while I follow along and chat to our adoring public. Our adoring
Probably 0 viewers.
1 viewer. There's someone watching. What's
Probably
up? Yeah. Okay, so currently, yeah. So it's 23. Can we zoom this in? It's like super fucking blurry, but like whatever. So 170 seats to majority. I mean, I'm assuming a lot of Canadians know that, but. Five, four, three, two, one. It's gonna refresh. Oh, the Conservatives have gained a seat back. I can't really. I honestly won't be able to tell. Wait. Oh, okay. So Sydney Victoria flipped back. So Sydney Victoria's flipped back, which now has closed the gap to 22-8. Well, I mean, still a considerable gap. The Liberals currently lead Bonavista, and it looks like they're slowly running away. About halfway through Long Range Mountains, looks like they have it controlled. So let's see here. 2-1, and the Liberals take another one from the NDP away. It's now 23-1. Their only one they currently hold right now is the St. John's East. They have lost to Dartmouth.
As expected.
But the Conservatives gained one back in Sydney. So
Right now, they are...
So Liberals are kind of getting the floor mopped with them right now.
They're getting more than I expected, the Conservatives, so far, but it's early.
That's a good...
We have 3 called. Labrador? Oh, come on.
What?
They did not call Labrador yet.
What did they call this? What did they call? Oh, they called, they called Bassajur.
Really?
I mean, it wasn't even close. He led by like 1,400 votes. It wasn't even close.
Where's Bassett?
They called it after 25 polls.
Where's
202? They called it after 25.
Where is Bassajor?
That's the red one.
Okay.
They called it with 25. They called that with like 1/8 of the fucking polls.
Yeah, but what did I have it at? Let's see.
That's way too fucking early to call that.
I don't think so. They were gonna win it by like 30 at least. According to my advanced polling. 3 for 3 on the night, thank you. Again, that probably will not last.
Odds of Derek getting at least 70% of this right is pretty accurate. I would say you get about 70% of this correct.
Wow, thanks.
That's pretty good rating, I'd say.
Hey, look, it's Moncton. Fredericton's being fucking slow as hell. They have 1 poll still. With the grifter Jenica Atwin. I'm sure the Green Party people love her.
So the Conservatives actually are, I guess, like you said, it's early, but it's promising. A promising start.
How many did I have for them in this? 4.
The Conservatives are holding the fort long enough here that it could turn the tides later on, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's literally 4 plus 4 Conservative.
If Conservatives can kind of keep up in the sense that it's like...
Oh, flip back.
What?
Probably Dartmouth.
Oh, they flip back to NDP? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Liberals are kind of, like, they're not close right now, but it's like, they're keeping up, and that's kind of a good thing, if they want to win.
Okay, guys, let's play. Marty said Maritime's throwing.
Probably. I take it he's covering this too?
I'm sure he's watching in the background. But this isn't exactly... It's early.
Too early to say right now, but it's a promising start in terms of Conservatives never, ever have real much influence in the East. So, it's a promising
Tobique
start.
extending its lead.
Labrador,
And it looks like Bonavista...
Labrador yet, and they're still... yeah, they haven't called Labrador.
Bonavista's getting in more realistic terms, finally.
I mean, yeah, they kind of had a tug of war, and then all of a sudden they pulled away. They're about halfway through the polls right now with a 600-vote lead, so it's still close enough, but it's just like, you never know.
It's like, hey, the
You never know. You never know. Sydney is currently, it's 100 votes, so pretty much the same. So Dartmouth is back in NDP control. So yeah, nothing really exciting happening right now. The real fun, I think, begins once we start reaching Quebec and Ontario, but, you know.
Yep, that's where the election will be won.
Or lost, depending on who you side with.
The Greater Toronto Area, Montreal, Quebec City.
Those are the key ones. BC, I think if it's, like, close, like, if Liberals and Conservatives say split enough, then the West will become important. And as you guys are pretty well aware...
Oh, we have the first elected Conservative.
And the crowd's going crazy!
It's Tobique, as expected, with Richard Bragdon.
And the crowd here is going crazy!
Even with the grift of Daniel Joseph Wagner, they still easily won that riding. I'm sorry, every PPC person is gonna get the grift tag.
So anytime you, like, think that, like, okay, so the PPC currently is at 3.7% of the vote.
I mean, good for them, but still grift.
They haven't won a seat, so I wouldn't exactly say that that's amazing, but they're providing some influence in a lot of different areas.
And NDP lost their second seat again.
It seems to be, and I'm guessing it's Dartmouth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we know that the Conservatives will at least get 1 seat tonight.
Wow.
and the Liberals will get 3. They still have not called Labrador, and I'm
getting
going.
very salty. You're really
I'm
getting salty about Labrador because you think it should be called, but it's not over yet.
and I'm gonna have to call into CBC and complain like a boomer.
The gap is pretty much the same as it was before.
For what?
That Labrador, the gap's pretty much the same.
Yeah, it's not even close. It's nearly like a
That's what I'm saying, though. The gap's pretty much the same.
7.
Oh, I think the Conservatives might have taken one over, but I don't know.
No.
No, they didn't. Okay, I thought they did.
That has to be getting close.
What the fuck did I do to the stupid map?
Let's see, Tobique. Did I call Tobique?
Was that the Conservative one?
Yeah, I called that by 30 points, and it's about there.
Pretty close, pretty close.
4 for 4. So now we know we
He's
got.
currently keeping a 100% average right now.
We're at 100%. 4 out of 4.
I'll keep a little like percentage thing here in the background and see like how he's doing as the election night progresses, because he literally went full in depth on this election. Like he was like every single riding, and he's currently batting 100 right now. He's
And
batting 1,000.
This is what happens when you have way too much time on your hands.
TRU.
Yeah, they're throwing, but, you know.
All right, so currently 4 for 4, so it's a good start. Good start.
Quebec could be fuckery as well as Ontario.
Quebec's probably where shit's gonna like your predictions could go sideways. Same with Ontario, but
Of course, they're sort of throwing in this one riding Coast to Base, so I'm waiting for that to flip back.
Cape Breton still has a Liberal lead, which kind of makes me sad. But,
It's
you know,
pretty good Liberal lead, they should call that.
Cape Breton?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Makes me sad. Grandfather, Nanny, you both failed.
But they like their Liberals back east.
True.
For whatever reason. Okay. Hey, Sydney, Victoria.
There's NDP's back to 1 seat. I think we already talked about that.
People's
is there any
Party.
Leads closing.
Dartmouth. Where's Dartmouth?
The lead's still the same in Bona Vista.
They're holding 12% in Dartmouth right now.
Long Range Mountains is still pretty close, 300 votes. Still pretty close. Labrador, they're about halfway through, and the vote gap is still the same. You'd probably be best to call it now, because you're about 50%, nothing's changing.
Do it.
You really want them to call it.
Fucking call it. Once you get to 44, you have to call it, or it's a crime.
I don't think it's actually a crime. But
Yeah, it is.
Alright, so for Charlottetown...
And
for
Shannon
PTI.
Champion at a grand total of 3%. Congratulations.
So Cardigan currently got a Liberal lead by about 420 votes.
That's done. You might as well call that.
Malpeque is a 100 vote gap, so it's still pretty close.
Well, Peck's actually, well, it's only one thing, so.
Yeah.
Egmont was supposed to be relatively competitive. Not even fucking close.
It's about 115 votes. It's still pretty close.
They're toast.
There's still time.
23.
100 votes, I would say, is not a safe lead. Once you get to 500, yeah, but like I'd say once you're at 100, like if you're at 100 votes, you could still have that flip. That happened in Sydney. Liberal had a pretty considerable lead, and then all of a sudden, Conservatives, here I come to save the day, and then like they took the lead. So
It's all about the margins. If it's within 5%, I think that'd be a better.
a better assumption.
Okay, the Conservative lead increases in Coast of A's for no reason. And they still have not called Labrador, even though nothing's been updated.
Currently in, so in Cumberland is a 390 vote lead, about a difference of 11%.
Who will
Still
be?
early. You're about maybe 20% in, but like, yeah, maybe 15% in, but you know. A Fundy Royal, Conservative lead, but you have like 8 of the 200 polls, so it's way too fucking early.
We're at 1.6% of the national vote reporting.
1.6% of the national, which, not bad.
The Greens still trailing the PPC.
Which, I'm kind of surprised, but also not.
Will the
The green influence doesn't really begin until you head west. And then that's where the green influence starts.
will the PPC grift cost the Conservatives? We'll find
They
out.
haven't even, like,
Okay,
came close in any party.
you can almost West Nova. It's getting close.
Where's this?
West Nova. Still have not called Labrador.
West Nova, yeah. That, you might want to, you're at the point now, it's like 26%, you'd be almost wise to call it. Same with South Shore.
I don't know. What's in...
Conservatives lead by 11%.
Are there any big cities in West Nova?
Digby?
I don't think so.
No.
The fuck's Digby?
Big cities in Halifax. And Halifax currently has a Liberal lead, but they're not really calling anything right now. It's 8 out of 184. Way too early. So, no seats have been locked up just yet.
We have another one called for the Liberals.
It's Labrador. They called it. They called Labrador.
Did they?
Yeah, they called it.
About time.
Oh, they didn't refresh it on yours, but it's on mine. They called it.
Are you gonna do it? There we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
It.
Oh, we got another one already.
Is it 5 now?
Yeah. 5 for the Liberals.
24-8 Liberal. NDP lost their last one. NDP has currently 0 influence now.
Liberal, fucking NDP doing trash.
NDP lost their lead in St. John's East, but it's only 81 votes, so I could switch.
What's the other one they called?
That was...
Okay, Bathurst? Bonjour, Avalon. Yeah, that was okay, Bathurst.
St. John's South. Or no, not St. John's South. What was St. John's South? Labrador, and then they called Acadie Bathurst.
There we go.
That wasn't even close, though. That was like
what was that?
over 1,000 votes. It wasn't even close.
Labrador, we got that one easily.
That was
And
squared away, but Conservatives look primed to at least take
okay,
6, at least 6, maybe 7 in the East right now.
okay, Bathurst, I called that.
So you're currently riding at 5 for 5.
6 for 6.
6 for 6, actually. How long until his 100% streak breaks?
Okay,
Is
now,
there any that are... Well, I guess we'll figure it out when we get to it, but... so yeah, currently there are still 7 Conservative seats that are primed for the taking. They haven't even started touching Quebec yet, so...
for another hour, most likely.
That's probably when everything else comes flying in.
Not real.
24-8. Yeah, no other party has influence right now. It's literally just a tug of war between the Liberals and the Tories. So, it's yeah, not surprising though. But,
Where's the other one they're leading? Yeah, I don't know.
but the two that they did lose, Dartmouth and Dartmouth is still, yeah, the lead's gone. It's about 500 votes now. They've pretty much firmly lost it. They choked that one away.
NDP at their 15.8% there.
At their prime.
Congratulations. What was their national vote?
240 for St. John's East in the lead of Liberals, so it's still close. About 3%, so really close. Still close.
That's a meme.
Bonavista is a 941 lead.
30.
6% though, so it's close-ish. And you still have a lot of voting left, so it could do a last-minute swap, but I don't see it.
We're probably going to call those two soon.
Sydney still holding their lead by 419 votes, or about 6%. So
Miramichi, Grand Lake, still close.
24-8 still is the score of this one. No other seats have been called yet. No other seats have been revealed. Although they're pretty much, I think they're going to focus on Nova Scotia first, and then they'll start bringing in the other ones.
Well, we're at 32. That's how many there are.
So currently, in the gains and losses, Liberals have lost 2. The Conservatives have gained 4. So the Conservatives have actually done better in comparison. So that's interesting.
I had the LPC getting 27. They're not there. And I had the Conservatives getting 4 and the NDP getting 1. NDP aren't at the 1.
And it looks like the Conservatives are already on track to get 8. So
the prediction streak could end real quick here once they call.
So key ridings to watch is Liberals in Papineau, Aaron O'Toole in Durham, Jagmeet in Burnaby, Yves Francois Blanchette in Belleville Chambly, and then Annemie Paul in Toronto Centre, and Maxime Bernier in Beauce?
Beauce.
Beauce? Yeah.
It's not that deep.
I just thought it'd be interesting ones to follow when it gets to that time. So still 24-8, no change.
Not a lot of movement. It seems like some of them are solidifying.
So we're kind of expecting a 24-8 kind of distribution at this stage. Is there still one that's not being like predicted yet, or is every Nova Scotian one at least got some lead?
They're on the board. They're all on the board.
Everyone's on the board right now? Okay.
Just no new electors yet.
So it could swing, and there's a couple, maybe, that could switch, but I doubt it's on PEI, and I doubt it's the heart of Nova Scotia. But Miramachi still looks like a fairly safe lead.
We have our first seat in Quebec.
Oh,
because they decide to do it early.
It's Bloc Québécois.
Gaspésie-les-Îles de la Madeleine.
Bloc Québécois on the board.
And they have
sorta on the board, but you know, they currently have the early lead.
Was it 5:30 or is it 6:30? Well, I guess we'll see if
I guess Quebec will start getting seats to come in. I guess.
Oh, we have another one elected for the Conservatives in West Nova.
Interesting. Did you call that one?
And I got that one wrong. Congratulations, we already failed.
So what was that? How many seats have been called so far?
Now,
7? So you're 6 for 7 right now.
That was within the margin of error, to be fair. It was within 4%, and they're winning it by... Oh, sweet fucking Jesus. That was
not even close.
Holy fuck.
So you're 6 for
that could get close as the night goes on. We're going to use that excuse here at CNN.
Alright, so you're currently riding an 86% average. So it's not bad. Not bad.
I feel like it's...
I figured that would end quickly, but like...
On early indicators, though, it might be a long night for me. Could be a very long night.
It looks like, yeah, you already seem to be out of track on... Liberals have lost 3 seats so far, like in comparison to last election. They're trending in the other direction.
They've already officially lost AC.
So Conservatives have locked up 2. For sure.
Bloc Québécois on the board. Big news there for the Bloc. Big news.
You gotta get your Quebec influence, right? So,
okay.
24-8, nothing's changed, and the NDP are going tanking.
What is that writing?
NDP are going tanking.
Oh God, I hate Quebec.
Good luck reading those names.
Oh, there it is. I had the Liberals winning that. It's early. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, Hovra Ober Island has some... Oh, no, wait. It's the same thing. Never mind.
Yeah, good.
Why are they so far apart, but they're the same? Okay.
Bonavista's been called for the Liberals.
No surprise. It was by 6%, but still, yeah. At this point, it was close, but Liberals pulled through in the end.
Bonavista... Make that another one. Another one.
So you're 7 for 8?
Although the margin's a little less than you were expected.
So you're now riding an 88% average.
8 out of 9.
8 out of 9?
Or 7 out of 8.
Yeah, 7 out of 8. Yeah, 7 out of 8. And Liberals currently have a 6-2 lead.
We don't know the turnout numbers because no one can crunch that number on the fly because that's ass.
So the PPC is still slowly growing. They now have 3.9% of the vote. Up from 3.7, like we last checked. Yeah, nobody else has been called just yet.
Right now, the Liberals have a majority in the elected seats. Will that carry through the night? We'll find out.
St. John's East is still pretty close enough that like I wouldn't call it just yet.
All right, I'm gonna call it. We're gonna project that the Liberals will take the majority of seats in the Maritimes, although it's a lesser margin than expected, most likely.
That could bode well for the Conservatives as the night goes on.
If that's an indicator, which it could be.
Conservatives could really make this a tight race, let's put it that way.
It could be closer than we thought, or everyone could hate the Maritimes and vote against it.
Currently still 1 seat for the Bloc Québécois. Nothing else has changed on that front.
They have a whole 3 polls.
Okay, and in that instance, it's still pretty close.
That was the Liberal seat last election. Keep that in mind if it's even close.
The FPC...
What?
In Quebec, there's an FPC, and they have 4 votes.
It's probably some cringe independent party.
The FPC. That sounds like the fascist party of Canada.
It's the Free Party of Canada.
Oh. I certainly fucking hope that there isn't a fascist party out there.
We already got the communists in charge. We don't need those guys.
Oh, good God.
We don't need that party again.
I fucking remember doing the Communist Party in fucking social studies, and we got the second most votes. It was awesome.
Who got first?
It was I think it was NDP?
Yeah, they like to teach all the kids to vote NDP in school.
Mm-hmm.
Which is sort of...
Alright, so results are going to refresh in about 8 seconds. See if anything has changed.
The Green Party up to 1.7, although they're not really gaining on the PPC. Well,
Still 24 to 8, and with the Bloc Québécois currently in 3rd place with 1 seat.
For whatever reason, they just report this one place at every election.
So Quebec is, so Coast of Bays is still held strong by the Conservative. It's a 6% gap as we're closing in. So I could say another one for sure.
That's
another one's imminent. There's 2 that seem to be imminent for me.
If Coast of Bays flips, that's a big upset in that area. Is the guy
New
like
Brunswick seems to be pretty strongly controlled, but New Brunswick Southwest pretty conservative controlled there.
Fredericton, not many polls.
Fundy Royal, pretty sizable lead for the Conservatives, 23%.
Which one will be called next?
My best.
Cape Breton Canso has been elected a Liberal. Congratulations,
Wow.
your
and
answer.
grandfather throwing.
Mike Kellaway will be re-elected, the incumbent winning by 12%. And let's see
So
here.
it's 7-2. So
And yeah, that was supposed to be within 4%. I had the Liberals winning, so it doesn't matter.
8 out of 9 now, which now brings your average up to 89%. All right, so 11 elected. Do we? We have a 3rd Conservative, everybody. We have a 3rd Conservative elected in.
Hold on.
Elected in.
Oh, we have 8 now.
Fundy Royal has been called. Fundy Royal.
It is Rob Moore, the incumbent there, easily winning. Let's.
So Fundy Royal, that was the 3rd Conservative seat.
Is that?
That was 3, so it's 8-3 right now as it stands in terms of solidified seats.
That one wasn't close. Okay, I got that one.
You got that one right or wrong?
Right.
Okay, so 9 out of 10.
What's the other one that was called?
That was it, I think.
It's
Or-
8. There's one more for the Liberals.
Oh, right.
We're probably
Was
not
it
going to
Cape
keep
Breton?
track of this all night.
Oh no, it was Beau Séjour? Wasn't it Beau Séjour?
No.
Do you have it checked off? Like as you go, you check it off. Acadie Bathurst we knew was called already. Maybe was it? Oh, it was no, that was Cape Breton.
It has to be St. John's. Nope.
It ain't St. John's either.
I'm
Where
confused.
the hell is it?
So like over here because they did the counting? No. Okay.
Central Nova?
It could be. Sean Fraser is reelected. We'll say it was. We'll say it's Central Nova because we're too lazy to actually look it up. That one wasn't supposed to be close, and that's about right.
So you got
9 out of 10.
or you mean 11?
10 out of 11.
10 out of 11?
Yeah.
Okay, so currently you're riding a 91% average, or 90.9 if we're going to do decimals around here.
Whereas, actually, I'm gonna might try and keep track of it. That seems like cancer though. Good. Central Nova.
All right, so the PPC have gained more influence. They are now at 4% of the vote.
That's cringe.
They have more influence than the Bloc Québécois at this current stage.
Labrador. I got that one.
Labrador's been called.
Bonavista. I got that one.
Avalon.
I got that one.
South
South
Mount Pearl.
St. John's, South Pearl.
Mm-hmm. We also have Cape Breton, Canso.
Yeah, I got that one.
Is that okay? And then we have Central Nova.
Yep.
We have Beau Séjour.
Beauzangy. That's New
Beau
Brunswick.
Séjour. Acadie Bathurst.
Alright. No.
Those are for the Liberals. That's all I see.
Tobique.
Oh, and Labrador, right? Labrador.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
that.
another Conservative has been called. It is in New Brunswick Southwest.
Alright, they're holding their stronghold in the southern area.
So it's currently 8-4.
I got West Nova wrong.
Oh, so you got West Nova wrong.
That was the one I got wrong so far.
All right, so West Nova, but what about
Tobique I got right. Where's Tobique? It's the bottom one, of course.
so
New
you
Brunswick Southwest I got. Fundy Royal I got.
So it sounds like you've only gotten one wrong so far.
Out of a grand total of 12.
Oh, the thing glitched. I can't see any of the colors anymore. One sec.
Might want to refresh.
I'm refreshing the page, but like, they're not even showing the color anymore. I'm closing the page and coming back. Hold on.
Apparently, the Conservatives are leading in 9 somewhere.
Yep.
What did they
Oh, there
flip?
we go. The colors are back.
What did they
Okay.
flip? Oh, they flipped Fredericton with only 6 polls.
Okay.
Who cares?
Oh, Fredericton's back to Conservatives.
4 now. It was green last time with the grifter Jenica Atwin, because these green people always get angry.
Cumberland is pretty. It's a pretty sizable lead for the Conservatives, 10% right now. The current leads
Where?
are 24 to 9, with 8 seats confirmed for the Liberals and 4 for the Conservatives. On a gain to loss perspective, Liberals have lost 4, while the Conservatives have gained 5. So it seems like the Conservatives are on the right track early on.
And where's the 5th one?
So it looks like Conservatives have at least 5 more that they're leading.
And the NDP have lost 1.
They haven't had one in a while now.
But that
Yeah, the only one they had was St. John's East. And they
still
kinda
competitive.
It's still competitive, but they choked it away. They had a pretty sizable lead early on.
With the Karen versus this Joanne Thompson. And then you have the capitalist guy who lives in the Maritimes for no reason.
We're currently 3 polls in the Quebec one, and it's still a lead for the Bloc Québécois at this current stage. Nothing has changed right now. No other polls have been introduced. No ridings, I mean. So
Liberals still vastly.
Liberals are still pretty soundly in the lead, but they're still on a downward trend. They've lost 4, while the NDP and Green have both each lost 1, and the Conservatives and Bloc Québécois have gained here early.
Waiting for more calls.
I'm gonna take a look and see what one we'll expect. Costa Bays should be pretty soon because they are at 200 out of 246. Still have a 1,000 vote lead and a 5% difference, so you could expect Conservatives to take another one. In Long Range Mountains, there's still 65 polls left, but it's a 587 vote gap, 2%. Could change, but it's starting to look like Liberals may take another. In Sydney, Victoria, it's still about a third of the way in, and the Conservatives have a pretty sizable lead. But,
You know, I really wish this map wasn't so ass.
Cumberland, about
Don't.
over a third of the way.
Don't mind me.
Moncton,
Where's
at the current moment is 7 out of 187. It's 15% gap, but it's still really early, so can't call that yet.
Malpeque surprisingly competitive early on.
Fredericton, still an 11% gap. So it looks like the ones that Conservatives do have the lead on, they seem pretty sound at the current moment, but we'll see.
Still just over 40 minutes actually until more polls close in the big ones.
So we're waiting for in the next 40 minutes. Like right now, this is kind of like the appetizer, the early.
This is a warm up.
This is like the like the little cheese breads you get at the restaurant, little cheese bread, little whatever. We're waiting for the filet mignon, the steak. We're waiting for that shit. Like we're waiting for that. But right now, we're gonna have to deal with the little calamari right now.
I really do not think I'll keep track of all the ridings I got. I'm just gonna have to do that later. So that's ass.
But I mean, as they come in, may as well check them off. But is Dartmouth even gonna try? Yeah, Dartmouth. Yeah, that one looks lost. Same with Sackville. That looks pretty lost right now. The green still. So early trends.
That block one triggers me because it's not supposed to be here.
The early trends show that the NDP might be on the track of another disappointing election, but it's still too early to say.
Although they are slightly overperforming their national average of 15.8% last year.
So that could be good, but it's not enough influence. It's pretty much, I think what that tells me then is the Liberals seem to be getting a lot of their vote share taken by the NDP. So that could be an interesting trend to follow as the night goes on. Because like I said, the NDP could be very responsible for a lot of lost Liberal votes. So, because if you don't like Trudeau, but you want to kind of keep your socialist ideas, Singh's the guy. So it's like,
and the People's Party is at 4.2.
so they're slowly trending upward.
12,000 votes already, which is good for that fringe.
So we have
part.
12,000 anti-vaxxers. Just kidding.
Well, very likely a lot of them are.
Yeah. Well, I'd say if you're a vaxxer, if you believe in vaxes, but you like.
Oh, we have another elected for the Liberals.
Oh, so it's 9-4. Where was it called? It was probably in one of their strongholds.
It's in Cardigan, in PEI.
Yeah.
As
nobody expected that. Sorry, everybody expected that. I meant the opposite. So 11 out of 12.
Hey, I'm almost right on everything.
11 out of 12. You're at 92% currently. So you're running a pretty good average right now.
13. We're at 13. 12 out of 13.
12 out of 13?
Let's not keep track of this once we get to Ontario.
It's going to be very hard to keep track of once we get there.
Or even Quebec. Well, they all come in at once, so it's going to be like, yeah, no. Fuck that.
We're just going to... Okay, so you're riding a 92.3% average.
The only thing that could change is if the mail-in votes, but...
I doubt that will do a whole lot. I think this election's going to be like kind of... You're going to kind of know who won before the night is over.
But it's usually... I really think Canada's better at their mail-in system because it actually requires you to request the fucking thing. Unlike America, let's throw out the ballots and hope everyone takes the vote because we're America. We care about the freedom of the whatever their slogan is.
I have no idea.
Their cringe slogans they use all the time. Sorry, Americans. You're cringe at times.
Still the same score, 24, 9, and 1. But,
9 and 4. Bloc Québécois at 212 votes. 212 votes.
Nothing really. And it looks like the conservative ones that they have are still the same at this current stage. In terms of Charlotte, in terms of Malpeque, it's 471 votes. It's close, but it's probably going to go to Liberal. Same with Egmont, about 30% in, and it's a 18% gap, so you can pretty much write those home as Liberal seats.
Miramichi not reporting, taking their slow ass time. Everything around Halifax, you can
Seems like Nova Scotia is pretty divided.
Well, it looks like almost like the fucking provincial map right now. Except Cape Breton. I don't know what the fuck they did there.
Should be interesting to see how this plays out. It seems more evenly divided than I expected.
Costa Bay still not called. I mean flipped. Not called.
Yeah. Central Nova. Wait, no, we already covered that. What is it? King's Hants is 1,000 votes, so you can pretty much write home another Liberal one. Sackville, you're about over 30%. It's not even close, and even if it was, it would have been NDP anyway, so Liberals, you can pretty much write that one home. Halifax.
Cindy Victoria's.
Halifax is way too early, but again, Conservatives, no influence there. It's either Liberals or NDP, so you have kind of three where it's like, okay, the Conservatives are for sure not winning.
One flip back.
The red or the blue?
2.
Oh, so it's 25 to 8. Oh, so another one was added. Or no. You're right. No, it flipped. Wait, what flipped?
What is it?
Oh, I think...
No, there's some more being added here.
It wasn't Miramichi. Was it Matawaka?
What's being added?
It's being added?
Well, how many ridings we got here?
I feel like we're missing something.
25 plus... Oh, no.
St. John's is too early to call right now. Or St. John, Rothesay is too
early. I'm having a stroke here, boys. Hold on, we're having a stroke.
Okay, so there's 4 more.
There's 2 ridings added.
Where are they coming from?
We got Gaspa Buddha Buddha Boom, but where's the other one? Yes, that's how you pronounce that.
Where the hell is this called? Where is it?
Oh, we have a couple more elected, one for each party.
So the score is now 9-5.
Cumberland Colchester for the Conservatives with Stephen Ellis, who isn't the incumbent. They beat the incumbent there. Big news there. That's a flip. That's another flip, actually.
So you got, what are we now at?
I actually predicted that flip.
So you got 13 out of 14, and then what's your other one?
Which one just came in?
Uh,
I wish it would, like, tell you. Long Range Mountains?
was it Long Range Mountains?
Yeah, Long Range Mountains. I predicted. Easily liberal. Thank
Okay,
you.
so you got
Thank
14 out of 15, which brings you up to a 93% average. 93.3% average.
No,
So you've only still got one wrong at this stage.
Okay, the Maritimes dying down here. We only have one left, or two left in the Newfoundland.
And
Labrador. Well, just Newfoundland, let's be honest.
so the score is currently 10-5.
And that
So
riding.
Liberals have gained, or sorry, what's the gains and losses now with those new additions? So it's 4-3 now in terms of gains and losses. So I'm assuming when as the seats lied as normal, that kind of reset itself. So okay, so there are still 3 solid Conservative seats up for grabs, but Coast of Bays looks like it's pretty much won at this point for the Conservatives. So you're expecting at least 3 more seats to come in.
That would be a meme if that flipped.
What?
Costa Bays.
Yeah, if it somehow flipped, that would be interesting. But yeah, the 3 Conservative ones right now are pretty sound. We're currently at 4 out of 223. The Liberals have closed the gap on the Bloc Québécois to a difference of 4 votes.
As that keeps going between those two.
Let them tug of war that one.
If the Bloc can take that, that would be bad news for the Liberals, once again.
Bad news bears. Imagine if Trudeau lost his home riding.
That's never going to happen.
But could you imagine?
Okay.
That would set the tone for the rest of the election.
That would set the tone for his whole career. Okay, I have Trudeau winning his riding by 30% at least.
Not even close.
Yeah. And second place NDP. Might be less than 30, but we'll see.
So we're currently still at 25, 8, and 1. No change at this current moment. NDP still a meme. But the national percentage is still interesting. They currently hold 17.1% of the vote.
The Green now within 2% of the People's Party.
Something to note, the People's Party has now increased by an additional 0.1%, so they're at 4.3. So it seems like the PPC influence on the Conservative vote seems to be a lot less than the NDP's on the Liberal. So that could be, like I said, an interesting trend to watch as the rest of the night comes on.
And we have another one to call for the Liberals in Moncton, Riverview, Dieppe. It's Jeanette Patapis Taylor with 3 fucking names.
We are now up to 11-5.
Moncton. Oh yeah, easy.
Oh, so Moncton now, that brings you up to 15 out of 16.
Easy. Or the
93.75%.
Miramachi gets closer.
So we still have those 3 Conservative seats, and then the others seem to be... Is there any close ones at this current stage?
Costa Bays not reporting anything new.
Madawaska is not even close anymore. So you can expect another Liberal one. Miramachi, that's still pretty close. So you could see a flip.
St. John.
Kings, Hants, I think that one's pretty much one for the Liberals. South Shore St. Margaret seems to be pretty sound and for the Conservatives as we're about halfway through.
Sydney Victoria's still up in the air.
Yeah, it's 202 votes now. The gap is closed. That could be a flip. An interesting one at that. And then St. John's East, the gap has closed to 2%. And they're still not even halfway through, or they're just over halfway through those polls. Interesting indeed. Looking at the current votes, 24 to 9 to 1.
Wait.
Do the Conservatives get one back? Because I think it was 8 before.
That's
Did they get one back?
what they flip. If they
There's-
did.
Where did they flip?
Nah.
Fredericton still conservative. Oh, but the gap is close to 36 votes in Fredericton. That might be where the.
Oh, we
flip
have a
is.
couple more calls. Madawaska. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Madawaska. Yeah, so ones I called, like Liberals, like they had a pretty sizable lead in those. So,
What's
so
the other one?
Madawaska
Halifax West?
and
Yeah.
yeah, Halifax West.
Halifax
yeah.
West? What about Halifax?
So that's two.
Dartmouth Cole Harbor. Liberal wins. Yep. Easily, as I expected.
So you got both of them correct.
Yeah.
So 17 out of 18 at this current moment brings you up to a 94.4% average.
Am I missing one here?
We have currently
Because we're at 19.
we're at 19. That's
So,
correct.
18 out of 19?
Yeah, because you've still only gotten one wrong. So
Wait.
double check, but it's
Did
getting
they-
to the point now where it's hard to keep track. But
They haven't called Halifax.
God damn it, I did it again. No real adjustments.
Oh,
It's
I'm
just-
sorry, Eleanor. You tried your best, but you're never going to win in that riding. Anyway. Sort of like conservatives out here.
Alright, so we currently still have the same 4 conservative ridings with their respective leads.
They're up to
Um,
9, so I'm curious.
What flipped? Because they were at 8 before, weren't they? I
Maybe.
think it was Fredericton that's just flipping back and forth.
Yeah, I guess.
Because, like, it was 36 votes last I checked. Yeah, it's 230. Oh, there, she's pulling away again. So,
What is it?
it's 230 now for the Conservatives' lead. So she's pulling away again.
Andrea Johnson. If they beat the incumbent, that'd be bad news. Once again.
So, Guy Bernatchez of Gaspésie les Îles de la...
Oh, look at that Chad. Look at that chin. Look at that hair. And
He's
look
got
at
a
that.
17-vote lead.
I like how he doesn't even have like a suit on. He just has like a fucking shirt underneath the dress.
So it's just a casual,
It's like-
business casual dressing.
I mean, to be fair, I think. Oh, can't really tell.
NDP still kind of tripping over their own feet, not really getting any influence.
11 votes. Okay.
So currently the PPC.
Another one for the Liberals.
So it's currently 10. No, wait.
Which one did they call? I'm having a stroke.
Which one did they call? They called. Did they call Bassagor already? I think they
Yeah.
did.
You've said that, like. Oh, Charlottetown. Okay, yeah.
Was it Charlottetown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy.
So that's another one. So now you're up to 19 out of 20.
How close was Charlottetown?
You're now up to a 95% average.
They actually outperformed that. So did the Conservatives, though. So maybe some strategic voting going on here.
St. John's East, the gap has stayed pretty much the same.
Liberals probably might just take that. That would help them ease the pain that they're feeling right now.
That the Nova Scotia, or the eastern side, they've slowly lost their grasp.
But we shall see.
This might, like, for the Liberals, that must suck, because, like, this, if they're losing a lot of seats here, it should be interesting to see the losses in other provinces.
Especially